Alright guys, this is my frog tank. It's a slow process, it's nowhere near ready yet, but I just thought I'd give you a little update on how I'm doing. It's all been done from scratch, more or less. The tank's a 24 by 18 by 18 glass tank. Got that made by Matthew at Custom Aquaria. And I'll just come in close and show you the top of it, and I'll explain why in a moment. The top is half glass, half mesh, and there's two corners that are just silicone. One corner, there's the other corner. Reason being, basically because there's no lid to come off, then lighting, anything what to fit in there, we can just run wires and just put a little hole in the silicone and run it in that way. Show you the front quickly. Down here, there's Matthew Customs logo just there. Bit of free advertising for you, Matt. There's these little clay balls. It's called Hydroton. It's used for drainage and hydroponics, gardening, all sorts. I use it in potted plants. You can get it from some garden centres. Your hydroponic shops sell it all the time. You get it in huge bags. It's not very expensive, about 15 quid a bag. Then just here we've got a layer of weed blocker from any of your garden centres. It's just like a fabric, but you put it down normally before you put gravel on a drive, something like that. Just does exactly what it says on the tin. It blocks weeds from getting through. Then we've got a layer of coir, the soil that you get, the bricks that you add to water, and it turns into coconut fibre. It's mud in a block basically, and that's my primary substrate. Slide this door open. The reason I've used a solid sheet of glass rather than sliding doors is aesthetics. I think it looks prettier, and it saves having a big line in the middle for when I'm taking pictures or doing videos. I've got about half a dozen types of moss in this tank so far. I'll just whiz over the ones that I actually know what they are, because some of them, to be fair, I haven't got a damn clue. This one is pillow moss, which you can get from JC Exotics. You can order it from us online. There's some more pillow moss just here. This stuff here is from a park, and I haven't got a damn clue what that is. But it's pretty, which is a bonus, so thumbs up. We've got some grass seed growing in here, which we just scattered in randomly to make it look cool. This moss here that's grown on the coconut is Java moss. It's actually an aquatic moss, again, something that's available from JC's, but it's because of the high humidity, it's living here and it's taking to the surface of the coconut really well. We've got it there on the other coconut here, and up the steps here of the decor. So it looks quite smart. It's just you've got to spray it regularly, but it's moss. It's meant to be damp. These little ferns here are actually another little type of moss that we got from the park. Someone brought us a bag of it, and not a clue what it is, but it looks cool. And again, that's very important. This plant here is called Wandering Dew. I think there's about 4 or 5 different types. This is the purple one, hence the purple colour on it. That's not even planted into the tank. What I've done was I've got a cutting of it. Cuttings are great on this stuff. Basically, garden centres have got this plant that usually looks rubbish because it's not been kept right. Get it, nice direct light, water it really well, and then you can start taking cuttings off it. 10 days after you just put a cutting into a glass of water, there's roots everywhere. What I've done here, if you look just down there, there's a load of sphagnum moss there, which will start greening up soon. I wrapped that around the root ball, tied it with some string, and just wedged it in the corner because I couldn't get in to plant it. And there's already some aerial roots taking there, coming out, trailing out, and catching on to anchor it. So that's facing this way, because just out there is good old Monk's Road, so it's turning towards the window. But we're going to correct that when we fit the lighting, and then we'll be able to introduce a way for the plant to straighten itself towards the front of the tank. There's another Wandering Dew there. That was planted directly into the tank. It was easier to do that and then put the moss around it. Just here, these white bits, this whole staged area, I'll come back a bit, is all made from polystyrene, which was really easy to do. We used the polystyrene, lined it up. If there's any bits I can see just there, there's toothpicks. We used toothpicks to hold it together, and PVA glue. PVA glued the whole thing, and that made it water resistant. And while it was still drying, packed it with coir soil again, and some of it had grass seed mixed in, as you can see growing up there and around there. And that gave us a media for the moss to take to. Some of it I've left uncovered for the purpose of the video. We will end up having more going on there. I'll just have the moss coming trailing over the edge over here, just to make this little cave bit here, some more pillow moss at the back there, making it look cool. The drainage with the hydroton that we showed you a moment ago, just there, what we've done is, that pipe there, and this one here, both go down and under in two directions, just here and here, and they've got the ends sealed and holes soldered into the sides of it. And basically you put a little wet and dry vac on top of one of those two holes and it will suck out all that dirty water. Because those of you that have kept amphibians before, you do a really nice setup, make it look pretty, and then it gets waterlogged and starts to stink, because basically the waste from your amphibians is ammonia, and it just starts to stink the tank out, and then all your hard work's gone. This way there's a drainage system. So but yeah, that's it so far. We will be putting something in it soon enough. I'm thinking dart frogs, possibly salamanders, and you'll have to wait and see. Cheers.